Good morning, all. It's a pleasure to be here with all of you and to follow one of my heroes, Leo Gerard, who is a man of such extraordinary vision and commitment. We all are better off with him in the leadership of the Blue-Green Alliance. 2011 and the 112th Congress will be a year of great challenge for all of us. With our 40-year legacy of environmental improvement and public health protection, it will be sorely challenged. But with the strong partnership of the Blue-Green Alliance, the 10 unions, the 4 environmental groups, the 14 million members, we will hold strong and we will prevail. I have spent the last 6 months on the Oil Commission, as Dave mentioned, to investigate the Deepwater Horizon accident. 11 men died on the rig that day, and 100 others were put at risk as the fire raged. Moreover, the aftermath of the accident put thousands out of work: oil workers, oystermen, shrimpers, and those who work in the tourist and recreation industry all along the Gulf Coast, from Louisiana to Florida. I've spent a lot of time in the Gulf over the last 6 months, and to this day, the stories of lost work, lost income, psychological trauma are powerful and heartbreaking. If we ever needed a reminder on the critical role that the federal government plays to provide oversight, to ensure worker safety, to protect environment and public health, and to save lives, the Deepwater Horizon is it. We must stand firm to ensure that the government does play that role. Our investigation into the Deepwater Horizon found that for years, for decades, the role of federal oversight and expertise had been eroded away, literally starved, as the industry had opposed safety regulations and adequate resources that would enable the Interior Department to do its job. That has got to change. Fundamentally, the Commission recommends an overhaul of how the offshore oil and gas industry addresses safety, from establishing a new independent Office of Safety at the Interior Department with authority for oversight and enforcement, to an industry-created safety institute that works with unions and workers to ensure the highest standards are developed and adhered to by the industry. All rigs should be operated at the highest international standard, which is not now the case. Our energy addiction, the drive for more energy, for more oil, and deeper water, harsher conditions, puts workers, communities, entire regional economies, and the rich marine environment at risk. We must stand firm to ensure that the government has the authority and the resources to carry out the role that the American public expects of them. Fundamentally, as we move to protect our workers and the environment, we must move to a clean energy future. And that is where the Blue-Green Alliance, all of us working together, will play a crucial role. The cleaner energy sources will lead us into the future. In the State of the Union, President Obama talked about winning the future through innovation. Clean energy was his main example. Why? Because clean energy will help grow our economy at a time when competition for oil increases every day, but the opportunity for solar and wind power and energy efficiency is unlimited. A clean energy future will help America compete in the global marketplace that rewards advanced technologies, not fossil fuel systems from the 19th century. Clean energy innovation will create American jobs, as Leo said. Many, including President Obama, recognize that clean energy is a global competition and that we are falling behind China in developing the critical clean energy technologies that will drive the world's economy in the coming years. We can't afford to fall behind. American workers can't afford to fall behind, and our domestic energy policy can't afford to fall behind in this critical competition. Realizing that vision of clean energy jobs for American workers will take all of us working together, and we have done that in the past. Taking the Clean Air Act as an example, environmentalists and labor have worked together time and time again. In 1977, we passed amendments to the Clean Air Act working together. Again, in 1990, we passed amendments that addressed acid rain working together. 2 years ago, the UAW backed the clean car standards that the Obama administration issued using Clean Air Act authority. Why were we able to come together? Because the Clean Air Act creates incentives to constantly improve the technologies that keep us safe and keep us healthy. and that innovation creates jobs. In 2004, we exported $30 billion worth of environmental control technology around the world, and that number can go up. We can have economic growth without harming our communities. We can generate jobs without making workers breathe in air that causes asthma, cancer, and cardiac disease. The old idea that Americans must choose between good jobs and a healthy environment is dead. Just look around this room, looking out at all of you. The clean energy jobs that we can create and the Blue-Green Alliance marks a new path for this country, one which President Obama has fully embraced. Clean energy creates good American jobs. The belief that health and prosperity go hand in hand is taking place across America. The trouble is that some members of Congress are going down a different track, and we must stop them. Obviously, the political picture has changed since November. The midterms brought in a wave of lawmakers eager to dismantle government safeguards and hobble workers' ability to organize. The new political landscape only makes our work together more vital. This year's toughest battle will be defending the Clean Air Act. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich said a couple of weeks ago that he wants to eliminate EPA and replace it with an agency that would wake up in the morning thinking about how to encourage polluters to do the right thing. That is not the future we see together. And what do Americans think about that? Well, we just polled them. 77% of Americans oppose that idea. 66% of Republicans oppose that idea. Just who are these people representing? Certainly not the American public. And just last week, big polluters and their allies in Congress introduced bills designed to eliminate EPA's ability to protect our health, our kids, our pregnant women, our elderly, and our workers, from mercury, arsenic, carbon dioxide, and other life-threatening pollutants. Rather than putting EPA in a stranglehold, lawmakers must stand up for clean air and the health of our families. And that is what Americans want. And everyone in this room has a role to play in bringing this message to the halls of Congress and to the congressional districts. When environmental groups and labor unions walk into their offices together, lawmakers take notice. We become living proof that clean air and economic prosperity can and do go hand in hand, and that clean energy solutions can move America into the future. I am thrilled by the power shown in this room, by the power of the Blue-Green Alliance, and we will need every ounce of it to win this fight. Onward and upward. Thank you very much.